What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to take your crappy, old, wore out, oxidized, junk headlights from this to this. So buckle up and let's get into this thing. Alright guys, obviously the first thing we're going to do to restore these headlights is we need to get them out of the car first. It's going to be different obviously on what you're working on, but on these Mustangs it's just these two tabs that pull all the way up and out, and then wiggle this headlight forward and out and unplug it. These are pretty simple. Some cars it's going to be more difficult, and there's some cars that might even be easier to get them out. But first things first, remove your headlights and then we'll move on to the prepping of them. Alright guys, after you get the headlights removed out of your vehicle, it's time to prep them to get them ready for the clear coat. All I'm doing here is sanding these down smooth, getting all the oxidation out, basically down to where they would have been when they were new, but they'll obviously be scuffed up, they won't be shiny or whatever. But these are really rough, might even be rough enough to the point they might not come back, so we'll see. But they're really rough, a lot of oxidation on them, but we're going to try to save them. So get your water bottle, and I'm going to start with 400. You can use 400, 600, 800, depends on how rough this is, but I'm going to start with 400 to cut right through it quick and see if it's savable or not. So I'll throw you guys on a time lapse, we'll sand them, and I'll bring you back in before I spray them so you can see what they should look like before you spray them. I don't know if you guys can see, but all that yellow, it's all that oxidation coming up off of there. Just keep on going. There you go. You can see this one little area right here. It's sanded down completely flat, and as we go on, you can see how it's kind of got the shiny and it's not flat and even. So right here, that's what you want the whole light to look like. When it gets to that point, you're done with that spot, so you can just move on to the rest of it after that. You can literally watch it all disappear as you're sanding it, all the oxidation. You watch it all go. Once you think you're close, right off, see where you're at. You still see a couple little spots right there. That's where you got to keep on going, but we're close in that area right there anyways. All right, you guys can see all that oxidation's gone. I mean, I got this area here to do, but it's going away. So once you get there, that's when it's time to stop, so you're ready. But I'm gonna finish the rest of this off camera, and then I'll bring you guys back in before I spray them, so you can see what they both look like, and that'll tell you on yours if when yours are prepped and ready to go. So I'll finish this off camera, bring you guys back in before I spray, and we'll check these out and see how good they turn out. All right, guys, this is what you're looking to see before you clear coat or smoke your lights. That's 400 grit right there. The clear is going to fill those scratches in it just fine. All the oxidation's off. You can see it's just like a bare substrate at this point. So that's what you're looking for. You want to sand it down that far to get it basically all flat. So I'll get these things cleared and show you guys what they look like when I'm done. All right, guys, here's 2 coats, Tamco 2104, and as you can tell, these headlights are like new. I mean, they look brand new, and these were maybe the worst ones I've ever tried to bring back, and it just doesn't matter. They look killer. So really happy with how they turned out, and we'll let them dry from here, and then I'll get them on the car, and I'll bring you guys back in, and we'll close out this video. All right, guys, as you see, I got the headlights back in this Mustang. I want to touch on a couple points real quick before we close this video out. Some of you might say, that's great and all, but you could just go buy new headlights, which is true. But my experience has shown me that first off, there's some vehicles that they don't produce a factory looking headlight for. I know the 04 to 06 GTOs, unless they started recently, they don't even make a stock style looking headlight for that car. All you can get is like the aftermarket, like Angel Eyes or whatever that is, and me personally, I like the look of factory headlights. And like I said, a lot of this stuff's opinion, but and then also, so basically you'd be in the situation if you've got one of those cars where they don't produce a stock looking headlight, you're either buying an aftermarket headlight that doesn't look stock, or you're toughing it out with what you got, or maybe doing, one of those, buffing the thing out or whatever new, scored on stuff they've got that's gonna, wash off rather quickly, so this is really the only permanent way to A, restore your factory headlights back to looking new, and B, keep them looking this way for a long time. I mean, this has got automotive clear coat on it, so it's going to last as long as the clear coat on your car is going to last. So, and then at that point, you could, say you have a thing 10, 15 years down the line, you could take them back down just like I did and do them again. So this is really a permanent fix to not just headlights, but lighting in general. If you got fog lights, you can do the same thing, or tail lights, whatever. You usually don't see that much on tail light. Well, I take that back. You do on a lot of GM trucks. But anyways, so this is the way to keep your factory lights and make them look new again. That's the first thing. Second thing would be, I've had a bunch of, I've worked on them, and I've had a bunch personally and learned the hard way on my own personal vehicles that most of the aftermarket lighting, I'm not gonna say all, but most of it is not the greatest quality, whether it be fit, whether it be not sealed up as good. That I've bought some lights before that they say, you better take and run seam sealer around where the lens is on the housing, and I'm just like, that's crazy for a brand new light to me, but they say you better run sealer around or else it's gonna get moisture in it. I'm not saying the factory ones can't, I'm just saying that the factory ones usually fit way better. They're more robust, they're better built quality than aftermarket. And if you want to step up to an aftermarket light, usually it's a ton of money to get a quality aftermarket light. Your $100 headlights are not going to be anything quality-wise like this here. So that'd be this big point too. And really, these come out quick, but it depends on your car how quick you can do this as far as getting them out. But I think I've got I don't have more than a half hour in both of these, prepping both of these for clear, to get them, ready for paint or for clear coat, But And then also another point would be, I know that I used automotive clear. I used Tamco 2104 on these. That's my go-to clear. I absolutely love it. This is 2 coats, and that's all it takes. It's super, solid, high solid clear. It's great stuff. But you could achieve maybe not quite this, brilliant or whatever of a look, but you could use an aerosol can clear, a decent quality aerosol clear, and it'd look really nice too if you aren't set up to spray or whatever with a gun and compressor and all that. You could do this at home, pull your lights, sand them down with 400 if they're as bad as these were, or 600, whatever, depending on. But you definitely don't want to go over 800 and still clear. You want to have a good bite, so don't go over 800. I wouldn't even go over 600 personally. I'd probably go 400, or if they're in pretty decent shape, you could go 600. But you're scuffing them down, and then you are literally clear coating them. And this is the same way. I'll probably do a video eventually on in depth of how I tint them, but it's basically the same thing other than putting some black base coat, just a drop or two in your clear with it, and that's pretty much how you tint. So yeah, I just wanted to make this known to people that you can get the results like this without a lot of experience or a lot of time or money. I mean, you could, what's 400 grit cost? Maybe $5-10 to get some sandpaper, and then you could go the aerosol route, probably $10-15. One can would do this, or if you've got some clear coat laying around from another job, you could do the same thing. That's kind of what I did. But so and these, obviously, I don't think you can argue with the results too much of this. So if you guys have any more questions, about what I've done here, whatever it may be, definitely put it in the comments below, and I'll definitely answer whatever questions people have on this here. But I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it helps somebody out there that's out there struggling with some of the BMWs or Mercedes or GM trucks. Everybody sees a car going down the road almost every day that could use this here, and then like I said, they either don't want to buy aftermarket lights, or they're way too expensive, or they've been down the route of going to the auto parts store and buying whatever they have on the shelf that's headlight restorer stuff or whatever that might work for a day or a week or maybe a month, but it's going to wash off and it's not going to look great. So hopefully you guys understand this is a permanent fix to this, and you can do it to all your lighting. Makes it cleaning up easier. This whole thing, it's the way to go. So, but yeah, definitely, if you guys have comments, questions, concerns, whatever, tell me how wrong I am and how bad I'm doing things. Let me know on that as well. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.